You understand?
Yeah, we understand it. Definitely understand it. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah, we're going to get this thing popping. Good morning. God bless you guys. It is a Turned Up Tuesday. It is Tuesday, May 17th, 2021, 2022. 1 minute after the hour. Welcome, Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Wake Up Team. That's Senny J. Barbi Cologne, where you get your morning started right. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. That chat room's open. Come on, guys. Join in. Let's have a great show today. Or you can call in. The number's 570-982-6950. Broadcasting live, iHeartRadio, radio.com. Sponsored by Comedy World Network. We appreciate you guys over there as well. We also have a YouTube page. Subscribe to our page. It's the Shawn Harvey Morning Show on YouTube. Like and subscribe to it. We appreciate you. We're on all social media platforms. Also this morning on Facebook. Like our business page, Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring the Wake Up Team business page. You get notified when we go live 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. Like my mother always say, thank God for Jesus. We are in the building on a Turned Up Tuesday. Join our group, Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring the Wake Up Team group, hottest group on Facebook. Thank you so much. This is where you get your morning love if you have a deficit of love. But most importantly, it's the only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Senny J, God bless. Good to see you on a Turned Up Tuesday. Good morning, and how are you?
Good morning, Shawn. Whoa, I'm turned up. Good morning, everybody.
Damn
we have
right.
a great show for you today. On this Turned Up Tuesday, I am going to have front page news and entertainment for you, so make sure you all stick around for that. Good morning, Shawn.
Good morning, Senny. First of all, how are you this morning?
I'm doing good. Shout out to everyone who has reached out. My ankle is on the mend. I can walk on it. I was actually out Saturday, cutting up a little rug. Nothing too serious. A light two-step, Shawn.
Okay.
But I'm doing well, and it's still a little swollen, but I'm just going to keep ice on it. But, they say you need to, work it out,
Okay.
Slow circles and stuff like that. So.
Well, also being 35 years old, that helps too as well. So you get a chance to recover faster than a man that's 57. And speaking of...
I still got it, Shawn. I'm still young. These joints are coming back together as they should.
Senny, before we get into our first story, I just want you to stay away from me real quick. I don't know if I should be here. I just want to throw that out there publicly. Senny, is the group...
You want to throw that out publicly?
Yeah, is the group... Is it on social media right now? Is it?
Yeah, it's on social media,
Okay.
and everyone who's in here and anyone who comes in.
Senny, I want you to stay away from me, and I'm gonna keep it so real with you right now, like I keep it real with everyone else here on this show each and every morning. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Over the weekend, over last weekend, I was in White Plains, New York, in front of a few hundred people. I was in Dover, Delaware on Saturday, and I was out Sunday. And Senny, I have to let you know that over 10 people that I was with tested positive for COVID. So
what?
So I'm gonna.
You were at a super spreader?
Yeah, I was at a super spreader.
Oh, because you're back to work now.
Yeah.
So everything is a super spreader.
So I'm gonna keep you updated, Senny. I just want you to keep your distance right now.
Wow.
I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the real COVID test. I'm not gonna take the rapid test. I'm gonna take the real COVID test after the show. So I just want to, prayers up for Harvey. Put some prayers up for me. A record-breaking 10 people of positive COVID that I've been around over the last 3 days. Now, Senny,
you gonna go get a test? I mean, your wife's a nurse, so
yeah,
you guys should have tests falling out the shelves.
We do. We have a bunch of rapid, tests in the crib. But I think the best way to take the test is to go get the real test. For me personally, listen. All right, so
wow.
Senny, yeah, God bless. Senny, what's going on a Turned Up Tuesday? Welcome to the show, guys. We truly appreciate you for tuning in each and every morning. Senny, what the hell is going on in these streets right now, guys? Prayer emojis for Harvey, please. Prayer emojis for Harvey. Prayer emojis for Harvey. Oh, and one more thing, man. Once again, I want to say rest in peace to one of the funniest comedians down in Atlanta. Marcus Combs passed away yesterday. A good friend of mine. I've known him for years.
Shawn.
Funny as hell. Thank you so much. Senny, actually, Marcus called in a few months ago when we was doing the Comedy Corner. He was one of the comedians that called in. He talked about Atlanta. He talked about being in Atlanta. He called about 2 months ago. 3 months ago. So our condolences go out to Marcus Combs' family. Hilarious comedian, but most importantly, a really good person, man. When I was new in the game, he would come up to the New York area. He's not from here. He's from Chicago, but he moved down to Atlanta. And he came, he comes, a lot of the out-of-town comedians, they make the New York run, and he came up and he always was talking great knowledge about comedy, about being funny. Then before COVID, when I went down to Atlanta and stayed down there for a week, we worked together. So Marcus, truly be missed in the game, and rest in peace to you and your family. Senny.
Oh, sorry about that, Shawn.
Senny, on a Turned Up Tuesday, while I'm out here playing immunity roulette. Senny, you got a mask around? You don't even get down by a mask.
No.
Okay, cool.
I think I'm immune, to be honest.
Okay, cool.
So.
Senny, what's going on?
Went 2 years strong, heavy in this thing.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, yes. Okay, Shawn. This story has traveled its way all the way across the pond to come over here into America, sparking a little debate. And this goes for you as somebody who's longing for grandchildren. You hear that, Harvey? Kids, adults. What is happening is an Indian couple are taking legal action against their son and his wife, accusing this younger couple of inflicting mental cruelty on them by not producing a grandchild. Sanjeev Prasad, who's 61, and his wife Sadhana, who's 57, say their son and his wife should pay them $650,000 if the couple does not give them a grandchild within a year. The couple, who live in the northern state of India, said that is the sum that they spent on their son, who is now 35. This includes a $65,000 bill for Shrey's pilot training. That's their son. So they trained him to be a pilot in the U.S. in 2006, and a luxury car that was gifted to him for his wedding. The father said, "I have only one son. I spent all my savings on his upbringing and education. He returned to India in 2007 due to the economic recession we were having over here. He had lost his job and could not find another for over 2 years. I supported him financially during this period as well." He added that he arranged a marriage for his son with his wife after the son finally secured a job. However, he accused the couple of immense mental harassment by not giving them a child, despite being married for 6 years now. And he said that the young couple live in separate states because of work, and that their daughter-in-law doesn't even stay with them, which has added to their suffering and immense pain. The lawyer for the married couple says, "We invest in our children, make them capable of working in good firms. Children owe their parents basic financial care," the lawyer said, adding that the pair either wanted a grandchild within a year or the monetary compensation. They said it is a dream for every parent to become a grandparent. They had been waiting for years to become a grandparent.
That story touches right. It goes right to the core of my existence. It goes to the core of what I believe in. As you know, there's a void that's not filled in my life, guys. I have 5 kids and 5 children. They were all grown. Okay. Adults. Ages from 24 to 37.
And none of them are at home, Shawn?
None of them at home.
None of them are like, yo, Dad.
All of them, they either, live with girlfriends and boyfriends or they have their own place.
Okay.
Each and every one of them.
You did your job.
And good kids as well.
Do they even hit you up for any money?
Nah, no more.
What?
No, they make their own money. It's a good look.
Wow. So you just out here living your best.
Yeah, even
your best life, Shawn.
Even when they come to the comedy shows, when I'm somewhere near them, they even pay to get in.
What?
Unlike other people that I know that's standing next to me. Now,
whoa, they wildin'. Y'all wildin'. I'm gonna throw that Harvey name around anywhere I can get.
No doubt.
I'm with Shawn. He told me I need to come. I'm his assistant.
No doubt. So my whole thing, yeah, you always use that card. So
is Shawn Harvey here?
So because that void is not filled. I don't have any grandkids like everybody else in that chat room, or my beautiful souls in the chat room that are blessed to have grandkids. I just don't know how that feels. I don't know how it feels. 5 kids, I put 5 of them. Now 5 of them. It's unbelievable. Now, and I hope it wasn't a deterrent because of the reckless ways I was living with as a young man when I had the 3 baby mothers and I was trading one family for the next.
I don't know, Shawn.
Causing trauma with these kids that probably needed therapy.
Could be a contributing factor, but we'd have to talk to them to get the full story, you know?
Yeah, I'll tell you the story. Dad left for this other chick and made other kids.
But did that affect them?
Of course, it probably did. Wouldn't it affect any child if Dad just jumped up and walked and moved someplace else? Now. and we ain't even going to get into the cocaine part of the story.
So they're traumatized from having children.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe the experience that they went through in their lives, maybe it's a deterrent for them having kids. I don't know. Now, this young man in India who potentially will sue the son for $650,000 if they don't
American dollars. That ain't no rupee.
Right, that's a lot of money. If they don't produce a child in a calendar year?
In 1 year.
In a calendar year.
I guess that's from a couple of weeks ago when they filed this, about a month ago. So if by this time, 2023, there ain't no little Prasad baby.
Right. To the grandfather, I get it, man. But you are completely out of your mind. You are a narcissist control freak.
Whoa.
You can't sit there and just because you purchase some kind of car and put your son through college that you
the best schools pilot gave him
a
pilot license, bought him a luxury car,
yeah.
supported him for 2 years when he wasn't working, got him a wife. He married. They don't live together, but
shout out
it's a work in progress.
Shout out to everyone in the chat room and on our new listeners. Big up to you guys. Lynette Serrano, please welcome our new listeners into the chat room. We appreciate it. Now, Granddad, you're completely out of your mind and you're delusional. And even to think about it is one thing. You're crazy about that. But to make it public, you're really insane, my friend. This is going to destroy the relationship with your child. And what's going to happen? What if after a year they don't have a child? You're going to sue him for $650? He don't have to give you a dime. What is wrong with you? And this is coming from a man that doesn't have any grandkids. I'm a black man at 57 years old, and I'm not a I am considered elderly as a black man in America at 57 years old with 5 kids and no grandkids. My friends started being grandfathers in their early 40s. Some of my friends that are grandfathers are dead now. But you, my friend, sir, you're going to ruin a relationship with your son. It is you're really very narcissistic and very controlling. I guess in this custom, you even picked his own wife for him.
Yeah.
You can trust your own son to do that. Or make his own mistakes in his life. I understand traditionally with some of these religions, you know how Harvey feel about religions.
Oh, and actually their court date is today.
Oh.
It's going to court today, so good luck.
Mo Harmony, what's up? Good to hear from you, homegirl. Danielle Williams, God bless you. So I say this. Sir, to the son, cut off the father. I don't know if you should ever speak to him again or whatever. Don't give him a dime. Don't give him a dime. Y'all fight this out in court. Now, what I am for is for some of these children out here, including my own, or if you have children, or if you are a guardian of a child, or even I'll go as far as nephew and niece. if you're taking care of them, I think these children at the age of 25 should cut a check to the parents. A couple of $1,000, maybe $5,000 each child, and then go on with their lives.
No.
That I'm for. I'm for that.
And I mean, I just don't know why the parents, they aren't thinking of, like, first of all, are y'all raising this child? No, you're not. Like, are you going to be taking full responsibility? And how are you mad that the daughter-in-law doesn't live with y'all? Like, how? And I mean, I can't. I think this case is going to be thrown out. You can't force somebody else to have children for you.
And why?
But I do understand, definitely in India, some, Indian couples, they face immense pressure to produce children. Some Indian mothers have reported experiencing physical abuse for not producing a male heir after having a daughter. So, these people, they take this very seriously, like having a family, and I'm sure them only, but also at the same time, you guys only well, I don't know, I don't want to blame the mom now because maybe they couldn't have more kids, but at the same time it's like, well, you only had one kid and you can't control the outcome of what they do. But I can understand, you only have one son, you think, and but I'm sure that this is something that they talked about in their household. Like when you get a wife, or, I can't wait till you have children. I'm sure that that's something that was a recurring theme in their household. So I think the son, how much pressure on you to have a kid. So my thing is, why are you really not having a child? Do you really not want one? Or are you trying to like rebel against your parents? Because it seems like y'all have the means. You have money, you have access. So what's the problem to even have one? And y'all know this is what y'all do in your culture. So now I'm looking at the son like, what's going on?
Shout out to Lydia George. Sorry I couldn't make your party. I was in Dover, Delaware. I was driving as fast as I can, as safely as I can, to
Lydia.
get to the Indigo Lounge. I arrived back in Bethlehem at 2 a.m. from Dover, Delaware. Sis, I love you to death, and I would have definitely came over.
There?
Now,
we had a great time. It was fun.
Now, and shout out to my man Ghost. We'll see y'all on Father's Day Comedy Jam with Earthquake. Hamburger. Now, do you blame the
you could get Earthquake up here?
Yeah, no doubt.
That'd be awesome.
Do you? No doubt.
Work on that.
All right. Do you not blame the daughter-in-law for not moving in with this chaotic situation? I wouldn't move in. No. I would stay far away from this family as well. And on top of that, no. This is not religion. This is a form of control for the men, the Indian men. What do they call Indians? I don't know what they call these people.
Yes.
Oh, they don't call, okay. Shout out to the Indians. And I'm not talking about the ones from Mount Pocono. My whole thing is this. This is a horrific situation. This is a situation where this case should be thrown out. Grandfather and father, you both need to reevaluate your beliefs. And if you're so hardcore in this particular religion, son, why you came to the United States?
He just came here for work and something else. So he's back over there now.
Yeah, stay your ass back over there and live that life. To the daughter-in-law, before they beat you to death, get the hell out of that country and get out of this situation, because it seemed like just what Senny said. If the Indian woman has two daughters, they catch a beating because they didn't have the son.
But they've been married now for 6 years. This isn't something that just happened. So it's like, to me, it looks like your father has done so much for you. Why wouldn't you?
That's what a father's supposed to do. Like,
that's true.
What
but
it is,
don't you want to have a family?
Yeah,
I don't know.
course.
It just seems weird. I think there's something. The
weird.
son is spiting his family.
You know why? You know why it's weird? It's not weird. I give you what it is, so you could leave the weirdness away. All this is done with conditions. True love is unconditional. It has no strings attached to it. Anything that's true and pure in this life on this earth is unconditional. This is a situation that has conditions. It has what they say, Senny, terms and conditions, terms and agreement. Check box to consent. That's what this is. How many of us check the box to consent?
I feel bad.
And that's what the problem is. Like, love and children and this earth and people being born, that's unconditional. I mean, in some cases, it should be unconditional. There's 1% that is not. And that's the problem here. Young lady, Jesus Christ, I don't know if you all believe in divorce or whatever. I think a divorce, you get killed over there. I don't know. But get your ass away from that husband of yours. Been married 6 years, right? Yeah,
my thing is, why wouldn't you, okay, if you're like bucking tradition or whatever, you don't want to do all this, why would you even go through with the arranged marriage? Like, why did you even go through with a fallacy of wanting a family?
You answered that question earlier.
If that's not what you wanted.
You answered that question earlier. This is a type of culture, they stick to those traditions. Comparison here in the United States of America, where we take a tradition and throw it in the garbage because we feel a certain way, because we have identity issues in this country. These Indian folks break that tradition and you get whipped or they kill you. No. So it's a tradition.
This family seems pretty progressive.
It's a tradition that the father picks the daughter. Maybe, I mean, the wife. Maybe we might need some of that over here.
For real.
Maybe the father could pick the daughter over here, or the mother could pick the son. I don't know. But we don't have traditions here. Senny, if there was a tradition here in this country, right, and you was able to pick your beloved son's wife or girlfriend.
Ooh.
See, understand, before you can answer that question, Senny J, if that's the case, you are now clothed in immense power. That's power.
Cloth me.
You're clothed in immense power.
I want to be clothed with that power, please, yes, because I will steer him in the right direction.
Exactly. See, but
I know.
But check this out. What if you caught the turbulence of the son that rejected the young lady that you picked for him? That's the problem.
Wait, what?
What if you incur some turbulence from your son?
Oh, over the woman that I picked for him?
Over the woman that you picked. See, that's the problem.
I'd be like, you have to work through that. You have to push through whatever you're talking about because this is a person for you.
I tell you one thing,
You
guys.
know why your parents would be the best to pick for you, right? Because if you grew up with them, they have an objective look at who you are as a person. You sometimes can't see your own flaws or see where you lack or whatever. But I believe your parents see you in all forms. They see you when you're at your extreme lowest. They know what motivates you, what doesn't. So they kind of know your flaws better than you do. And they know how you feel about certain things, even when you don't say anything. They know what you're feeling. So I think that they would be great at interpreting what type of partner you would need in order for you to succeed. And that's why I would be with it. And I think that too. When I was younger, my mom, she used to tell me, that girl is not your friend. That person is not gonna da 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 da. And she was always right.
Okay. Are you done? Now, hear me out. Shout out to our beloved Tony Bird. Tony, God bless you. Tony, you got that new room in Brooklyn. You haven't called Harvey yet. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with that. Shout out to my man Kevin Durant, a super promoter. God bless you.
Yes, shout out to y'all. Let me in free.
Do you think that Harvey, right? Super promoter Kevin Durant, let my homegirl Senny in free at your next
event. Summer's coming up. Don't act like a stranger.
Tony, let Senny in, please, if you don't mind. Just give me that one.
Thank you.
Clothed in immense power. I tell you this, I don't want that responsibility. Call in 570-982-6950. I don't want to pick the mate for my children. And you are absolutely right. We do have an objective view with our children. We know what's good for them and what's not good for them. And because of our experience in life, we kind of understand, like, hey, listen, this might not be good for you because of what I went through. And still in that, for me, I don't want the power of picking my children's mate. I don't want that because that could be catastrophic as far as I'm concerned. Senny said she wants to do it. Who wants that problem? Because if you pick someone and the child rejects this person, that happened to me, and I'll tell you, I'll give you a story.
I'm weak.
God bless my father, may he rest in peace. He's parked somewhere in central Long Island. God bless you, Earl Harvey. He's parked out there somewhere.
Hey, Earl.
You're not parking me anywhere. I told you I made my decision. I want to be cremated. Put me on a shelf somewhere. Now,
Not a shelf.
Senny, one day as a little boy, I was with my father and he was in the car. And I learned a lot from my father because he was dropping jewels every time he was twisted and drunk. And one time we was driving in a car and there was two little girls walking down the block, right?
Mm-hmm.
See? And my father looked, and one girl was real big, big girl, and the other one was skinny.
Oh my gosh. I don't like where this is going. With you, your dad.
And my father was drunk, and he was driving because I always driving drunk with my father. Because back in those days, everybody was driving drunk, and they had their freaking beer cans on the floor.
Any seatbelts? No seatbelts?
And no seatbelt. Nobody gave a
Right.
damn about a seatbelt.
Rolling around in the back.
Welcome to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. That's Senny J this morning on All Media. God bless. And as he was drunk, he was driving down Boston Road, 168th Street in the Bronx, my beloved, where I'm from. And the two little girls was walking, the big chubby one and the other one. And my father pointed at me. He goes, "You see those? You see the big one? You don't want that. You take the little one, John. You don't get that one. It's going to get big as hell. You get the little one."
Oh my God. How old were you?
I was about 11. Leave the big bitches alone, Sean.
Oh my gosh. That is horrid.
But,
so sorry,
but
Sean.
no doubt. But that was horrific to me because
Did it stay with you?
yeah. Well, listen, the first chick I started dating, I brought home to my father. She had the biggest ass on earth. Father was pissed. I bought the biggest thing. I bought the biggest thing I could find in these streets. And he was mad. So indirectly, that affected me. So why would I put that pressure on myself as an adult to pick a child? Put a number one in the chat room if you want to be clothed in immense power to pick the mate for your son and daughter.
Yes.
Put a number two and give me a number two because I don't want no parts of that.
All of them.
I don't want that power.
Everybody is agreeing. Almost all the women are saying yes. They wish they would have did that. Shout out to Beanie Green. She said her son just got married. I don't dislike his wife, but if I had my choice, it would have been his high school sweetheart. You probably right, girl. Do you still talk to her?
I'm not. Listen. See, that's no problem. See, Beanie Green, God bless. Prentice Cox, no pause. Black Heart is in the building. We love this dude.
Shout out to Prentice.
No, Senny, hear me out. I agree with you guys. I think it would be something nice because of the experience of life that we go through that we could drop that knowledge on our child to make a better decision. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying I don't want that responsibility because when it backfires, it's like how the young folks go 0 to 100.
Yeah,
It goes right to 100 if you disagree. There's no fixing that.
it's fine. We'll all work through it together. I can be the mediator. Beanie says she sure do. You still keep in contact with her? Make sure she's still good.
Now, Beanie Green, God bless you.
Beanie, you're hilarious.
Who's the current chat room member of the week?
Shout out
Beanie
to
Green,
you.
you're dead wrong.
How is she dead wrong?
You're dead wrong.
They're friends.
And no.
That's her. That's
No.
her.
Wait.
That's her son.
No.
ex. They're,
No,
you know, in
no,
high school, you're like
no,
kids.
No.
She's like
no,
one of her kids.
No, Beanie Green.
She loves her like a daughter.
Beanie Green, no, and triple no. And I'll tell you why. Shawn Harvey Morning Show with Senny J. God bless you.
Nobody cares what you're talking about, Shawn.
Hold on a second. Good morning, Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Senny J.
Good morning.
All right, this is Brown. Hold on a second. It's Mr. Brown. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Hey, Mr. Brown.
Beanie, you're doing that as a form of it's almost a resentment, but it's also you couldn't handle.
Beanie, don't listen to him.
You couldn't handle. They always say, "Don't listen to me." 2 weeks later, they're like, Shawn, you're right.
Don't listen to him because
You couldn't handle.
He's going off to Harvey's house now.
You couldn't. Welcome to Harvey's house. You couldn't handle the rejection.
She's still friends with her mom too.
Oh wow.
Oh, y'all go out for brunch and all of that?
Might as well go out with the dog. Wow. How your son feel about that and a new girlfriend?
Keep them ties strong.
Mr. Brown is on the phone. Sydney, our beloved Mr. Brown is on the phone.
Hey, Mr. Brown.
Go ahead, bro.
Sure, you know what's so funny? What you saying? My father, one day when he's smoking that good weed, he used to come in my room and talk to me, and he said to me, "Boy, make sure you marry a red bone."
See?
Sure.
Not colorism.
See?
I never dated dark skin. Women. It stuck in. I don't know what it was. But yeah, and then he used to say, "Oh, make sure you meet her mother. That way you get some kind of idea how she gonna look when she get older."
Now, Cindy, I've heard that from my father, and that is very disrespectful.
Well, that's what he told me. And you know the funny thing, my daughters, right? Every time I met their boyfriend and I liked them, they got rid of them. They got rid of the guy. Now, my oldest daughter, when I met her boyfriend, I couldn't stand him. Up until today, and she married him.
Well, Brown, okay, so, wow, that's crazy. Now, Brown, the question is, would you want to be a cloth with this power to choose for your children, or would you yield and let them go, let life just go on with its natural course? I don't want that power personally. Cindy wants that power to choose. Do you want that power or not?
I think if they ask for my advice and leave it up to me, I want that power. Because, wait, Shawn, we can spot a dog.
It's true.
We can spot a dog. We know. We know things that they don't see. You know, I saw what they do when I first walked in my house, and that dude was in my living room, and he didn't stand up and say nothing to me. I said, he's a bum.
True.
Not financially, because he works, he got a good job, but he's a bum.
All right, now, but what about we've all listen, Cindy? Experience is like going to school. The only problem is sometimes the tuition is high. And I say that to say, Brown, I would, even though you had this, you didn't, you and the boyfriend or the guy that he met, your son-in-law, right? She said he married him, right?
Yeah, they're getting divorced now, but yeah, they're married, still married.
But you see, so now if their relationship is over and it's not working, and she chose this man, now she comes back home to dad, right? She shares her experience, strength, and hope about what she went through. You share with her, you're a dad, I don't have to tell you what to do. You share with her with love and compassion. Try not to make this mistake again. And your relationship and your bond is stronger with your child. But if you took upon yourself to make the decision to pick the child, then you're dead. The boyfriend or the girlfriend, you're dead wrong, because she has to go through her own journey to make her own mistakes. Look what Beanie Green did. She bailed out. She jumped out the parachute without. She jumped out the plane without a parachute, and she's friends with the mother, the dog, and the ex-girlfriend.
That's just a lasting relationship that has carried through time.
You know what? And she came back to me and said, "Daddy was right. I should have listened to you."
Right.
And you know the next thing, when she got out of high school, I gave her the talk. And when I finished, she said, "Dad, you was a dog." I said, "Yeah, I was not only the dog, I was the president." I gave her the talk. I told her everything that we would do.
Yeah, but still, she still has to experience it for herself.
Why does she have to experience that? She can.
Why would you let her go through all that?
Because it's called. It's because it's called something called life.
She's gonna go.
You know, my middle daughter Danielle. When I met her boyfriend, we went to Georgia, and we was going out to dinner. And this dude showed up 30 minutes late wearing sweatpants, like he just came from the gym, and flip-flops with socks in them. I said, oh no. I said, this dude's a bum. He don't show no respect.
No, I get that. I get it.
Within 2 months, she realized it, and she got rid of him.
And I get that. And I understand. I just said, listen, I'm not disagreeing with none of you guys. My whole thing is I don't want that power because of the same reason right here. The child has to go through that.
But the likelihood of you picking bad is very, very slim.
And Senny, what did he just said? He said he gave his beloved daughter the talk. Sat there, shared all his experience, strength, and hope, shared how slutty he was, and probably is today. I'm not slutty no more. He's probably still slutty. He shared all of that. He probably even called 2 or 3 ex-girlfriends to talk to his daughter, to tell his daughter how bad of a man he was. And she still made the decision she wanted to.
Yes, because kids do that.
Exactly. So let them.
But
let
if
them
I had the
experience
power that you couldn't do that because you're getting married, you ain't out here casually dating and finding yourself. Nah, you're getting married. You're going to start a family and you're going to do what you need to do. Then I will pick for you. You marrying a stranger. Or maybe somebody that you have had limited or somebody that maybe I know that you don't know or whatever. You're going to go through enough trials and tribulations within that relationship that are going to show you what type of person you are.
Okay,
if you need
Brown,
to get experience.
What type of relationship you have with your daughter right now?
My relationship with my daughter, whenever they want advice, if they buying a car, if they doing this, anything, they call me first.
Right.
Anything, they call me.
Okay, so how's your relationship with the daughter that's getting a divorce?
We're close.
Right, exactly. Why? Brown.
Let me tell you something. I told this dude, and I tell every one of my daughter's boyfriend. I said, if you hit my daughter, I promise you're gonna disappear.
Not I promise you.
This one he's an NYPD police. And he grabbed her one time, and she called me. I hopped in the car. Boom! I went out there.
All right, hold on, Brown. Calm down.
I went out there. But my youngest daughter daughter. She was with me one day, and the phone rang. She was in the bathroom, and I picked it up. It was her boyfriend. And I said, hey, she's in the bathroom. And my daughter came back. She said, Dad, why you pick up the phone? You're not allowed to meet no guys unless I'm serious with them. I said, okay.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Now, Brown, whoa, all right, Brown, calm. What are they saying, Sharon? Brown, calm down. Brown, the reason why, listen, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a relationship expert. 78 relationships, 57 women got thrown out of their house, 3 baby mothers, married twice. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not a relationship expert. But look what happened here. Your daughter that's divorcing, y'all got a great relationship with each other because the love that you'll have for each other and also life experiences, Brown. Because of life experiences, it brings people closer together because you can identify and you don't have to sit there and beat her down and say, I told you so. She had to experience that.
I'm not gonna say that.
But
exactly, because you love your daughter, bro.
But Shawn, the majority of arranged marriages are successful and long lasting.
Who said that?
So there has to be something in there.
Guy that's suing his son.
The divorce rate with us picking our own is like 50-50. It's high. It's higher than people with arranged marriages.
Brown, God, let's clap.
Arranged marriage is successful, but a lot of times they're not happy. Right. They just stay together.
All right, Brown.
Because it's a business. It's a business arrangement.
All right, let's clap for Brown. Jesus Christ. Okay, Brown, go back to your.
They're making it work,
Brown,
though.
calm down and go back to your love den. Shout out to Mr. Brown.
I'm for arranged marriages with your parents. Prentice is asking everybody if they would be with somebody that their parents picked, or what if your parents picked somebody that wasn't physically pleasing to you? Would you still go with it? Well, I guess, Shawn, you could say from my past experiences,
Right.
you know, it's I've come to learn it's not always about how you look. I will date outside the box because that has happened to me. I have been attracted to people not physically, but because of like the things that they say, how I feel when I'm around them, the things that we do. You know what I'm saying? So you can be attracted to somebody that is not eye pleasing to you.
Oh God! If you want...
So I would do that, and I trust my mom. My mom is always usually right. She knows what I like, you know, as far as men and everything. I would, but
so
my mom don't go out enough.
want that power to choose for your child?
Yes, I would want that power.
Shawn Harvey Morning Show
I
with
would
City
gladly
J.
take it.
Who's this? God bless.
This is Tony Berg. What up, man?
Let's clap
Hey,
for Tony.
Tony.
What's going on?
Tony Berg. God bless you, brother or sister,
Jesus.
You know what?
or whatever the hell you are.
Whatever, Shawn. I'm a lady. That's who I am.
Okay.
Well, she's a lady that got more gator shoes than I do, but God bless you.
Right. I told you I got you beat, bro.
That has nothing to do with
Tony, we got to link up, man, because, you know, every time we go out together, we look good together, no doubt.
No doubt.
Tony,
but, you know, I
Tony,
want to chime in
hold
for a
on, before you chime in, hold on.
minute.
So, Senny wants to be clothed in immense power on choosing a child, her child mate, just like this guy in India who's suing his son for $625,000 or $650,000. I said I don't want that power. Brown said he would take that power as well. Tony,
Well,
you want the power or not?
No, I don't want the power. I'm going to tell you why.
Go ahead.
I work with a lot of Indian men at my job. And so I would ask certain questions like about their culture and things of that nature. And that they really pick wives for their children and things of that. They pick wives for their children so that they heritage, I mean,
their bloodline?
Huh?
Like their bloodline?
Yeah, their bloodline keeps going. That's serious in India. You see, in the United States, we have so many rights when it comes to women rights and things of that nature. In those countries, women don't have those type of rights. So, and not for nothing, before slavery, we didn't have those rights either in Africa. And there's still some countries in Africa right now that women don't have those type of rights. They have to have kids.
Right.
So I'm sorry, Shawn, I don't agree with you, but just a little piece of information.
Yeah, they take the bloodline seriously over there.
We can always disagree to disagree. I mean, I understand that. I get it. She just dropped the knowledge. She said these Indian folks just want to stay with their own. And
they do stay with their own. Even out here, they still stay with their own. They still bring those same beliefs up here too. If you ever notice, you don't sit down at the table with Indians. You ever sit down at the table with Indians?
Hold on, let me think. No, I've never did.
I don't think I have.
Right.
I don't think
But I did. I sat down with them because I work with them. So it was like questions I asked. Women have a role in when it comes to the household.
The people that you were, talking with and breaking bread with, were any of them in arranged marriages? Do you know?
Absolutely.
And how did they say their experience with it was?
They learn to love their wives. Their wives learn to love their husbands. It's just part of their tradition. Is what the father will pick out the wife. They have meetings. They meet the family first.
Right.
You don't.
They want to see where they come from, what kind of stock they got.
You don't think that's weird, bro? Tony, you don't think do you think that that's normal in the times that we live in today? It's almost like slavery. You
It
think?
should be like that.
Well,
Because
it's because women out here have rights. It's different. We're spoiled out here as far as when it
Exactly.
comes to our role and what. Look what's going on with the breast milk. Women don't even want to feed their baby their own breast milk, man.
Tony.
Listen to me. Listen, Tony, you got a point there. And these women here in this country, boy, they do a lot of talking, a lot of posting. If they lived in India, Senny, you won't be able to say or do the things that you want in this country. You're absolutely right about that. I'm definitely agreeing with that. But all this other arranged marriage things, for me, even though that's a tradition for them, I still think that this is out of order.
Well, listen, the way people are glorifying these random podcast hosts and everything as relationship experts and taking everything they say for gospel, they might as well. It seems like, and all the single people out here or people getting divorced, maybe it is true that they need some guidance. They need a little help. They're craving it. Okay, so maybe we should have a little arranged marriages over here, because
Tony,
people ain't doing it regular. People ain't doing a good service to themselves.
Tony, do you believe in arranged marriage for black folks in this country?
Well, because we're so untradition, I don't know, because I really don't know if I believe in it. I don't know. It might work.
Tony, are you for choosing your child, guardian, loved one, future mate? Senny said she wants to choose. She wants that power. Harvey said, I don't know. I don't want that power. I know you said earlier you didn't, but now that we're talking about it, I'm going to ask you one last time before we move on. Everybody, Tony Bird's on the phone. Super hilarious. Follow her on all social media. Tony, do you want this power or not?
Yeah, I want that power.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because we know best. We know what's going on.
And Tony, what qualifies you to have that type of power?
You know, Shawn, you stupid. You know that? Nah, but when I say that, it's because you want to know who you are bringing into your family, bro. You can't not just say, because sometimes, you know, you pick the wrong person, man. That person might kill your whole family.
True.
So, I would want to know who, I like how Senny said that. She said that back in the day, your moms would tell you, you know what I'm saying, who your friends are and who your friends wasn't.
Never lied.
Yeah, that's true.
You bring them around, they'd be like,
why wouldn't you want that power? You talking about your bloodline.
Because
you talking about your bloodline.
Well, Tony, let's flip the script on that. What if I pick a person for my son or my daughter, and they're at a certain point, they're crazy as hell? I don't want that. I don't want that residual effect with that. No, I don't want that problem.
Well, no, but
you want to trust the people who you meet too. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these Indians, they have successful arranged marriages because they already know what the setup is.
Right.
They already know what the setup is. The woman already know this is her husband, so she's gonna make sure that she does everything right to make sure that her husband is okay. Yeah. And the same thing with her husband. These Indians, they take care of their family. You understand that? They take care of their family, meaning that's how come they don't have student loan debt, because the husband and wife will pay off their student loan debt. Right. So they don't have that debt when they walk into their new marriages. And so they do that so when they get old, you know what I'm saying, the kids are supposed to take care of their parents. They don't put them in nursing homes and all that. They take care of their mother and father.
Tony Bird.
I should start grooming my kids to be like, this is how it's going to be.
Tony, I'm for this. Tony,
and I'm going to pick their mate.
Tony Bird, before we let you go, comedian Tony Bird on the phone. Yeah, she got a new room in Brooklyn. She ain't called your boy yet, but that's fine.
Can't wait to come down, Tony.
Yeah, Tony, can't wait for us to bring the crew down.
You know, I got you, man. I got you in a week or two, Shawn.
Yeah, no doubt. Tony, I'm for when a child get a certain age, I'll throw a number out there, 25 years old. You know, 20, anywhere between 20 and 30. I think those are good earning years for young folks. Let's say 25 to 35, right? I'm for my child with reverse child support. I want like $7,000 from each child when they reach a certain age. Do you feel that children should pay back the parents at a certain age, because that's what sparked this conversation anyway, because the father wants to sue the son for $650,000 if he doesn't have a grandkid? I'm flipping it around. I want to know, should the children pay the parents, let's say $5,000-$7,000 lump sum money when they get a certain age? What do you think?
No way. No way. Why should the kid pay the parent at a certain age that amount of money? For what? The thing is when you get old, you understand? The kids then step up and to take care of you. So I mean, is this about money, or is this about, having your family, your family together?
Well,
what we doing here?
No, that's a good point. Good point.
Yeah.
I'm still taking the money. So you taking the money?
No.
You're not.
I'm not taking the money. I'm not. What is?
But I'm saying the government gives you because they take the money out the child's check, like this, the same thing like child support, and then while they're working, like $4 or $5 come out their check every, whatever, and then at a certain time they deposit in your check. Are you for that?
No.
So if
I would
case,
give it back. I'd end up giving it back to them.
So Tony, before we let you go, everybody, Tony Bird's on the phone, super hilarious. I'm gonna check your moral compass meter, okay, Tony? Say if you had the child and they were still taking money out the child's check, regardless, because that's how they do with child support. And on that day, $7,000 hit your account. Are you giving the money back to the child?
Damn, Shawn. Yeah. You know what?
She sound like Biggie. She's like,
I think I would. It depends on the position of my pockets. If my pockets ain't right, then nah, they can't. I'm gonna keep that money. But if my pockets is okay. And I'm all right,
so
then I'm gonna make sure. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll give it to them.
So, City, wouldn't it say like as some working adults here in this country, let's say 80% of them at that point pockets are not right anyway, so they taking the money. Cindy, ask me that question, CJ.
Shawn,
yes, sir.
If you automatically got a payment from reverse child payment,
reverse child payment,
and your kids have to pay you now, and you had $7,000 hit your account from, I don't know, I guess back pay.
No, and hit me out, back pay, and I have 5 children, so say 7 times 5 hit the account one day. So it's $35,000.
Okay,
right.
Okay. Are you sending it back?
I'm not sending a dime of it back. I'm keeping that money, and I'm building, and I'm looking at these kids, and I'm saying, thank God for Jesus, and be healthy and go on with your life. I'm keeping all that money. I'll throw a few dollars back if they need it. Other than that, I'm keeping that.
And that's why
bread.
you don't have no grandkids now.
Oh, wow.
Is that because you had to pay child support, Shawn?
Yeah, I paid child support. I did 2 rounds of that.
So
right,
what?
so
it's
that's
payback.
Where that's coming from.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Tony. Whatever.
Exactly. It's coming from bitter and resentment.
Listen, I wasn't bitter. I shared the story at this. Tony, I shared the story 1,000 times. I had a great child support experience.
Did you?
With the state.
Because you want $35,000 from your kids.
No, I want that money because we gotta get this money. I had a great experience with child support. I paid my child support on time. Money was crazy back then. We was getting paid. I was even given extra. My child support experience was a beautiful situation. So that's not my motives for taking the $35,000. But I'm gonna take that money, and I think that they should have some reverse child support with some of these kids. That's all I'm saying. I mean, whatever. You don't have to listen to me. I don't care. All right, Tony.
What's up, man?
We're gonna let you go. Let's clap for Tony. Jesus Christ, every time.
Thanks for having me, Shawn. Always, bro.
Tony,
all the best to y'all, man. Blessings.
Tony, where can they find you real quick? God bless you.
Comedian Tony Bird on Facebook, TonyByrd, and on Instagram is Bird Gang Comedy, BYRD, Bird Gang Comedy.
Woo.
Thank you.
All right, Tony, go back to your bubble bath, Tony. God bless. What are they
When she
saying
said
in the
thank
chat?
you was
What
so funny.
What are they saying in the chat room? God bless.
They're just, of course, they saying you crazy. The kids didn't ask to be here. John Greer, shout out to you. He said he wouldn't accept a dime from his kids.
Let 12,000 hit your account. Let 12. You know what? You're sitting there, chat room gladiators. I'm keeping it real. John Greer, let 8,000 hit. John Greer, let 8,000 hit your account right now with those kids.
Shout out.
And you gonna sit there and tell me you're gonna give it all back? Nah, bro. No, you're not.
Shout out to Wendy.
You already. First of all, you need new brakes on your car. You need some tires. You need.
Wendy said she loves her kids. They sell her money all the time.
Let's clap for that.
That's great.
That's great.
I like to do that for my mom too. Like send her stuff, or sometimes she's like, oh, I need this. Like I just bought her an Amazon Alexa a couple of months ago. They were on sale. It just came in the mail. She was like, oh my gosh. Da, da, da. My sister got her a ring. Yeah. So it's always. I mean, as a child, you feel good. I feel good giving back to my parents because I know that my mom, I know that she does so much for me all the time. So I love doing stuff for my mom. And I want to work harder to give back to my mom. So,
Well, I do that with my mom.
It is a circular thing anyway. If you take good care of your kids are in turn going to want to take good care of you.
That is true.
You get it back anyway.
When I see my, God bless my mother at 90 years old, every time I see her, boy, she's tapping those pockets. Shout out to Brother Harvey.
I'm waiting.
Senny, before we move on, we have the one and only Amir Silly on the phone. Let's go.
Hey, Amir.
Critical thinking.
Good morning. How you guys doing this morning?
Good, man.
Great.
Amir, it was good seeing you the other night, bro.
Yes, same here, brother. Same here. It's funny. I'm listening to the topic today, and I got so many thoughts running through my head, and including, first off, I think this lawsuit is silly. Look, one of the things that I think is interesting about the lawsuit is, again, you're suing your children based off of what you've done as a parent. The real thing that we do as parents is be parents. Our job as parents are to teach our kids how to fly and let them fly. The job is not to control how they fly, when they fly, and all that stuff. Is to give them wings and teach them how to fly. The problem is we've been duped into all this other idiotic stuff sometimes, and believing that now you control the storyline and all this stuff to the countries around the world where traditions have been specifically to control the narrative of where your children are, what they do, and how you keep your bloodline going. I get it, I understand it, and I do think that there is some validity to that. Unfortunately, though, the real issue with that is that's not your job. Your job is to run your race, which means if your children have come into this world, your job is to let them run their race. But that's not what we unfortunately are taught and or understand. So then we start meddling. And as parents, we say to ourselves, but it's our job to meddle. It's not your job to meddle. You didn't like it when people meddled in your life. So why would you do that to somebody else, whether it's your children or not? But we don't think about that. We kind of let that go over our heads and go, but it's, I'm protecting them. You're protecting them for what? This journey called life has a specific set of rules, which means you run down your road, and all the bumps and twists and turns and ups and downs and rights and lefts are yours to experience and learn from. If we do anything, our job is to just give our children patterns and ideologies that can help them along their journey. And I'll give you all a clear example. I hear everybody, talking about being able to control your children's lives. My daughter in particular, especially my eldest daughter, at this particular point in her life is just like her father's. As I heard, Shawn mention certain things. I've heard other people call in and mention certain things, and I'm reading it in the chat. When you grow up and you're dating, when you grow up and you're doing specific things, your children are always watching. Not sometimes watching, always watching. So they pick up patterns, ideologies, and movements just like you did when you were their age. So you just watch and you learn. And the reason why I bring my daughter into this particular conversation is because I have two beautiful daughters. I have two daughters' mothers. My daughter now has two beautiful children, a daughter and a son, and two children's fathers. I'm sharing that because we learn by patterns. We learn by movements. We learn by association. We don't learn by words. So you sitting there telling your kids, you should or shouldn't do this, that, the third, they can give less than two squares about that. And I'm just going to keep it 1,000 because I know I was. But my mom, even though she probably did have a better ideology of who I was and what I liked and didn't like, that's neither here nor there. Mothers are supposed to do that. Parents are supposed to be protected. That's our job as parents. But our other job is to allow your children to learn and to figure things out. And here's where things go extremely wrong to me in our experience. We keep thinking that it's our job to continue to control, and to make sure that they supposedly stay on this path. And the problem with that is, to something that Shawn has alluded to, and to something that some of the other people have alluded to, what happens is your children gain resentment. So now my mother and my father both have, told me how to live my life and what to do and all this stuff. And I'm miserable because I never got to do what I wanted to do. Your inane right when you come into this world is to make your mark on the world in your way, not through somebody else's ideology or somebody else's guidance. Your job is to make your mark on this world based off of what you see and what you think you can bring to the world. That's what we're supposed to be doing, and that's what we're supposed to allow each other to do. But we don't, because we make up all these stupid rules that say it's better if we do this or it's better if we do that. Now, to what I said earlier about how certain groups move and shake, you're absolutely right. Most other cultures marry money so they can keep money going. So they're not going to bring somebody who maybe doesn't have such great financial habits into a situation that does have great financial habits, because they know that could be disastrous. So there are those situations where we have to take those things into account. But the biggest issue that we really have here in this country is everything is contracts. And because things are contracts come with rules. But we never talk about that. So then we move and shake in spaces that don't help us, because you actually held accountable to a contract. You're not held accountable to the person you love, not held accountable to the people and things that you respect, held accountable to a contract. And contracts don't have feelings. They don't have feelings. That's why you end up, when you get married, everybody talks, tough about our marriage here. But when you get married, you go to court for somebody else who had nothing to do with your situation to make final decisions on how you break up. Were those same people in the space when you asked Mike to go sleep on the couch tonight because you pissed at him? Was the court there when Mike went out and he decided to hang out all night because he's mad at you or based off of whatever? No. But y'all let those people come in and tell you what to do and how to break this up and how to split everything down the middle.
Hold on. Boy, it's so refreshing to hear somebody bring it home, and with the perspectives that I've been saying, he just used different words, different terminologies. You are a man, sir, that see the bigger picture. You are a man that you're not worried about your instant gratification like these others. They want to be clothed with the power. Sir, you are allowing your child to go through the natural processes of life, because who the hell are you to dictate who they supposed to be with? Sir, you are a clear thinker, Amir Sealy. You're thinking very clearly right now, my friend. I'm sitting here about to bang my head up against the wall.
It's all about, though, I think, too,
everything he's saying is perfect sense to me.
Your intention and how hard you're going. Yes, those people sometimes that have too much of a hold on their children's life as far as, like, who they're going to hang out with, where they're going to go, what instrument they're going to play, da-da-da-da. And everything is so rigid where there's no room for creativity or for you to feel like yourself. Yes, it can feel like you're trapped. But also, again, going back to this story, this arranged marriage, this couple has been married for 6 years. The couple, they're not saying that there's anything wrong with the couple or they don't, that there's a problem with them. They're just working in separate places right now. And I just feel like and a lot of people, they'll say, I call my parents now because of everything, because they made so many mistakes and realized that their parents were telling them the right thing, that now they're like, you know what, maybe I should double check with my parents before I do this, because they want that extra security because they know that their parents know, and they usually end up listening to them.
And you know what, Amir? It seems like Senny J has just lost her mind. That's why you don't need to have that power. It's gonna come back to you anyway. It's going to come. I mean, Amir said, is anybody listening to this man talk? Am I the only one that's listening to what
if
he's
they're
saying?
able to come back.
It's going to come back 360. He just explained it to you, and then here you go. Here you go, not listening.
I know, but if I had the power to just for them to listen to me when I tell you something the first time, if you do this, if I can save you from 3 to 4 marriages, or relationships possibly abusive, why wouldn't I try to do that?
Go ahead.
You need to get punched in your face first before you gonna listen to me and realize that this is what you need to do.
Go ahead, Amir.
Yes, sometimes you do need that, because here's the reality of it all.
Well, if I can stop that, I'm going to.
No, but hear me out, Senny.
Go ahead.
What you're talking about and what you're not understanding is, and I always say this to people because, for those who have children and, are listening in, I know you are included in this conversation. Your children, as young as they may be, are already little people. They just can't express to you exactly what they feel, think, and see, and their version of the world. They just can't. Which is why when you are a baby and you transition into that weird space when you're like 11, 12, 13, and you start supposedly being rebellious, you come off that way. You're not being rebellious. You see the world a specific way. Why? Because in nap time, when you was in kindergarten, you kicked little Sandra or punched her in the arm, because back in the day, that's was how we supposedly chose to show how we like the little girl or whatever the case may be. So you've been through certain specific things in those earlier stages of your life. You just don't understand them yet because you don't have enough experience. So by the time you start moving into the other spaces in your life, you're now taking all of those things and you're compiling them together to make up what you believe is the best version of you at that time, and then bringing that to the world. Once you do that, now you're just trying to figure out how and what do I vibrate to that actually vibrates back to me. And we don't understand that just yet because it takes...
Bro, stop.
As soon as you said vibrating, Shawn, you lost Shawn.
Bro, stop. You're making too much sense.
Oh, God.
Stop. You're making too much sense. I want you to stop talking.
I'm going to
They're not hearing you, my friend. Harvey,
I'm listening.
Welcome to Harvey's house.
I totally see your perspective.
They're not listening. They hear you, but they're not even digesting what you're saying, bro.
I am digesting what he's saying. I get it for sure. But if I can
critical thinking, baby.
If I can have the influence, I'm still gonna make sure that my influence is very strong on my children. But I do, and I will give them the opportunity because that's how I did learn a lot of my stuff. But my mom is usually always the one that told me. She literally was foreshadowing what I was doing. Wow. So that's why.
Of course, we know that.
That's why I'm gonna default to that.
Of course, we know that. But it comes back full circle. I don't know how many.
Sometimes it doesn't always. Sometimes
God, Amir, it's critical. Let's clap for Amir. Critical thinking.
Close to my source.
Listen, bro.
Parents pass away.
I'm with you 100%, my friend. The others, they can't hear it. It's too much. It's too much. It's flying over their head. You, my friend, are I'm put a pause on it. Very refreshing, open mind thinker, and I appreciate you for that. Critical thinking every Tuesday, 7:30. Amir always. Let's clap for Amir. Jesus Christ.
He would not be saying this if Amir did not reinforce his rhetoric.
No doubt. Amir, we're going to give you the last word. We're going to take a quick break. We didn't even take a break yet. I want to applaud you, my friend, for being a clear thinker.
I like what you had to say, Amir.
Thank you.
It's something that I'll take it, and I'll be thinking about it.
You got the last word, my friend.
Hey, first off, again, thank you guys for always allowing me to come on here and share with y'all, to the listeners and, to everybody. Have a wonderful day. And, as always, y'all, let's continue to support the Shawn Harvey Morning Show with Senny, Barbi, and Miss Tamiko. And let's just, have these moments, y'all. Let's talk about it. Because the more we talk about it, the more we are able to share amongst one another and hopefully make our circles greater and better. and improve not only our quality of life, but the quality of life for our children. So I thank you guys as always.
Well,
I appreciate you.
Well, we thank you too. And don't worry about the Steve. My mother calls me Steve. Don't worry about it.
I need to make a compilation of all the people that call
calls
you
you
Steve.
Steve. That's crazy.
funny.
All right, let's clap for him. We'll be right back. 30-second break.
Bye, Amir.
All right, bye-bye, yeah.
Your phone is weird, bro. Get another one.
You're in the mix with the DJs. Listen and pay attention.
All right, I tell you what. All right, hold on a second, guys. Okay, so we are back. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you're enjoying the show. Put a number 2 if you're not. 12 minutes after y'all walk back. Shawn Harvey Morning Show with the Wake Up Team. That's Senny J, only place on earth where you get your morning start right. Quick announcements. Father's Day Comedy Jam down at the Iron Mill, 831 South Delaware Drive, Easton, Pennsylvania. Doors open up at 5 p.m. Showtime 6. That's Father's Day, June the 19th. We have Hamburger and Friend, the legendary comedian from HBO Def Jam, will be in the building. You know how we get down on Sunday night last, just straight last, after party with DJ Hot Sauce, hosted by your boy Shawn Harvey. So y'all come on out to the Iron Mill, 831 South Delaware Drive, Easton, Pennsylvania. Also, on Sunday, following Sunday, June the 26th, we're back to our charity bowling event at the Bar Dun Lanes, 3700 Nicholas Street in Easton, Pennsylvania. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. We collab with Pretty Confidence. So we have the flyer out this week. So y'all come on out and have a good time. You know, when we bowl, we turn up. So we appreciate you. So we got 2 dope events coming up for the early summer. Father's Day Comedy Jam at the Iron Mill, 831 South Delaware Drive, Easton, Pennsylvania. Father's Day, June the 19th. Doors open up at 5, showtime 6. And also, Shawn Harvey Bowling Tournament, charity tournament with Pretty Confidence at the Bar Dun Lanes, 3700 Nicholas Street in Easton, Pennsylvania. Doors open up at noon, and we start bowling from 1, and we go to 4 p.m. So thank you so much. Also, on Friday, we're going to announce the winner, Senny J, of the graduate event that we had a few months back, and we're going to bring the winners into the studio in June, and we're looking forward to that as well. Senny, we're back. I hope you guys enjoying the show. And Senny, listen, guys, if y'all don't mind, Senny put the Cash App into the group room. Senny, if you could put it again in there, I appreciate you. If you're enjoying the show, you can feel free to Cash App the show at $S Harvey Morning Show. Yeah, on a Turned Up Tuesday, you know what I'm throw a few bucks in there, man. Donate to the show.
And we appreciate everybody that's been sending stars.
Yeah, thank you.
That as well.
Thank you. You can send stars, but you can directly send Cash App. So Cash App is
Cash
a dollar
is
sign. Yeah, Cash is king. $ S Harvey Morning Show if you're enjoying the show. So we truly appreciate it. Keeps the doors open. Senny, we are back. Guys, I hope you are enjoying the show. Thank you so much on this lovely day today. May the 17th.
It's going to be nice today. Supposedly it's not going to rain.
Good. Okay. Well, speaking of rain last night, it was a little.
It was supposed to be.
It's like kind of hurricane-ish last night, and then it missed us.
They said severe thunderstorms. Well, I'm in Allentown, so we got like spurts of like hard rain for like 5 minutes, and then it would stop. That happened like 3 times, and then it was over. So I'm like, I don't know what that was, but I guess that was that hurricane warning. Like my phone went off and everything. So I'm expecting like this, apocalyptic rain. And it wasn't that bad. So, let us know if you got some crazy rain where you were.
All right, Senny, what else is on your mind? Turned Up Tuesday. God bless.
Speaking of a Turned Up Tuesday, right now who's headlining? Rajon Rondo? Is he some type of basketball player, Sean?
Yes.
I think he's on. I don't know what.
Well, he played on several basketball teams. He played on the Celtics. He played on the Lakers. He played with the Cavaliers. He played with a lot of basketball teams. He currently plays with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, he currently has been going viral right now. Because he is accused of pulling a gun on his girlfriend, Ashley Batchelor, and like blowing up on his whole little family. So this is what happened. Rajon Rondo, who's a 2-time NBA champ and a 4-time All-Star, was playing video games with his son this past week when Ashley asked their son to separate the laundry. So Rajon, and I guess him and his son were playing, but he became enraged and ripped the game. This is I guess her account, because it seems like it went from 0 to 60 real quick, because it seems like she's talking to her son like, hey, go do the laundry. And then Rajon rips the game console out of the wall in front of the kid. Then she says he continued destructive behavior, smashing everything in the house from a teacup to outdoor lights and trash cans. She says the kids were upset after witnessing their dad lose it, so she tried to de-escalate the situation. But she says Rajon responded by making death threats, allegedly saying "you're dead." He temporarily left the home, according to Ashley, before returning about 15 minutes later when he allegedly approached the back door and began banging on the window with a gun. She says she didn't know what was going on, so she approached the door from the inside to take a look. She said she saw Rondo with the weapon and asked him to stop because he was scaring her. She says that he didn't listen and instead yelled, "Go get my effing son." She said she feared if she didn't comply with the gun wielding Rondo, that something bad may happen. So she brought their son Pierre downstairs, but kept the back door closed. Then she says that her son opened the door and then Rajon yanked him outside. Then she says he was still allegedly holding his gun, was screaming at him, asking him why is he scared of him. And then she said that her son was visibly upset. She says she didn't intervene because she was scared he would shoot her. She says Rajon demanded their daughter also come outside, where she claims he yelled at her daughter. He even he called her a thought and the P word. She was so after this whole ordeal, allegedly Rajon's parents showed up in the midst of all this. They couldn't get him to calm down. So she ends up going to court. She was granted order of protection after stating that Rondo had been physically and emotionally abusive. She claims that Rondo has threatened to murder her multiple times. So it looks like he has a PFA against him, but it doesn't look like he was arrested or anything. No, like, listen, these athletes.
No, hold on, Senny.
I'm done.
Senny, well, it's safe to say that there are some traditions that withhold in this country, trust me. And one of them is a man acting like a complete idiot. Okay. He got the protection from abuse order. What state is this, Senny J? It doesn't matter. Okay, so actually, what does that mean? That means he can't go nowhere around her. Y'all know what this means, some of y'all. If y'all don't. That means...
Not some of y'all know.
Some of y'all know. I know. And I'm involved. I was involved in something like that.
Oh, okay,
so some of us know and some of us don't. But if you don't know, that's what it is. It's a protection from abuse. That's when the mother or the father, most likely it's the father, loses his effing mind, and they go to court. They don't let's say arrest the person, but they can't go nowhere near the family until they go back to court. And then once they go back to court, then that's when the judge renders a decision. The judge might tell Rondo he can't be around his kids for a whole year, 6 months. What is wrong with you, bro? Are you out of your mind? You are out of you clearly you're out of your mind. This was unnecessary. Whatever you was going through, you should have went outside and banged your head up against the wall and came back in the house. I don't know what's going on with you mentally. You need therapy. You need a lot of help. But you lucky I'm not the judge in this case, because the moment you come back in jail, the moment that you come back into court, I'm denying you to see your kids for an entire year. You need help, bro. And what's wrong with the wife? The girl, what's that? His girlfriend, wife? What did she do so horrific that you and the boy is playing these stupid video games? How old are you? Why are you playing a video game? You're a grown ass man, and then you lose your mind and you come back and you want your son because you're so narcissistic. Because you're so. We just talked about this for almost an hour. You're so controlling. You are the great that you are. Who are you, bro? And you're going to have a gun and you traumatizing the kid, and then we wonder why our kids grow up real crazy, and because they see this.
Why are you calling your daughter a thought?
And then why are you calling your daughter a thought?
And the PUS
is
why?
Why are you calling your daughter a thought, bro? No, you're the thought. You the dot. Rondo, you the dot, and you the P, bro. You a bitch-ass nigga. You're very thotty. You emotional bitch-ass nigga.
Shawn,
What's wrong with you, bro? I hate this.
I don't know.
I don't know. You gonna pull out a firearm on your girlfriend, your baby mother, and the kids and threaten them, and you think that that's okay?
Therapy is real, and it's always
you're
these people
thotty, bro.
that have all this access.
And is he currently playing? You're fired out of the NBA, bro.
Oh yeah,
you're fired. You are so. He's at the tail end of his career. That's probably why he's pissed off. He's at the tail end. If you have a contract, see what his current contract is. If you have a current contract, you thotty dot. That's over, bro. You're never coming back to the NBA, super thought.
He's with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Fire him. Fire him now. Cleveland Cavaliers, I swear to everything in my existence, if you hire this man back for what he's done, we should protest the Cleveland Cavaliers or any team that picks him up.
I know. Well, this story.
Call the Cleveland Cavaliers office. I want to know what's going on with this guy. Do not listen.
He signed a 1 year. It says his current contract. He signed a 1 year contract with the LA Lakers.
You know what? That's where he's at now. He's at the tail end of his career. So now he's that type of person. He's getting 1 year deals. He's a really good basketball player, and he's a great role player. He's actually a really good point guard. Guys who know basketball, who follow basketball, Prentice can attest to this and all the others. He is a really good basketball player. He's also trade bait, Senny. Trade bait meaning.
With the what?
Trade bait meaning he's a good tradable player. So he's always a player that's in a package deal with a trade.
Okay.
He's one of those guys.
Right.
He's not the type of guy, like he's not going to stay in one particular team for a long time. So he's at the end of his career. So now that's when, Cindy, when they start getting those 1 year deals.
Right.
I don't care. Is he currently in a 1 year deal? I don't know. But
it looked like he said he wanted to opt out, if I'm reading this right.
So then, you know what? Then you're really out of your mind, you thotty thought. You're in a contract. You want to opt out because he's trying to get maybe a 2 year deal with somebody else, Senny, which he probably would have gotten because he's such a really good player. But after this, no.
Maybe he opted out of his Lakers contract and became a free agent and got with Cavs.
Right. Or maybe he's in a current contract with the Cavs. That's the team he's with now, right?
Right.
Is he with the Cavs or who's he with?
He's with the Cavs.
Okay, if he's with the Cavs right now and he's in this 1 year deal and he want to opt out, obviously he want to probably get another bigger 1 year deal with somebody else, or maybe he might luck up and get a 2 year deal. Done. No, you get nothing. You're going to bring a firearm and tap it on the window to terrify your baby mother to bring the son out. The son don't want to be with you. Nobody want to. Dottie Rondo, nobody wants to be with you, bro.
Well,
and then your parents come over. You're making your parents look crazy. They can't even calm you down.
I want to know what happened. This whole, she just told the son to separate.
The princess said he's with the Cavs.
He's with the Cavs.
Okay.
So he opted out of the Lakers. It said he had a 3-team deal. I think it was between the Grizzlies, the Lakers.
Yeah,
and the
that was
Cavs.
the trade.
The
so that was a trade. That's how that. So he was involved again. Like I said, Senny, this is a guy that always get traded.
It's confusing.
That's fine.
But whatever. He's with the Cavs. He's a point guard on there. Right. And my whole thing is, I mean, yes, he's crazy. I don't know. I feel like there's more to this story we're not getting, because if he was just sitting there playing a game, so you're telling me if you would have never told your son to separate the laundry, that this whole situation would have never happened?
Right.
I don't know. It seems like there's something missing. But regardless, it doesn't warrant this type of behavior. But I feel like...
Hold on. They didn't tell you to take out the garbage.
But this is like... You know, again, women, like homegirl, I'm sure Ashley Batchelor, he was exhibiting this behavior before you got with him. Y'all are not married. You obviously secured the bag by having children. Leave. Like, girl, it's giving you want to be abused. So I don't know what's going on. Ashley Batchelor.
Ashley Batchelor. Batchelor?
Girl, get the hell out of there.
Ashley Batchelor, get out of there.
What is going on? You got this PFA now. I'm sure you're free to move about and do what you need to do. Get your kids and get out of there. Put them on child support and go live your life, girl. What is going on with this?
I think Senny J's on point with this, young lady.
You get some therapy. Get your kids some therapy.
That's right.
And get out of there.
Get some therapy. Get out, because you can't afford it, because he's still, how much he's worth? How much
it says he's worth like $2,700,000.
That's how much he's worth? No, he's worth more than that. Senny, look again. He's worth more than that.
Well, that's what they said his contract was.
So $2 million. That's no money.
He has a net worth of $35 million.
So $35 million slash half of that. Take half of that bread and get the hell out of there, Ashley Batchelor.
Girl, it's giving
giving
abuse. Get out. Run.
Get out of there.
Get out.
Get out. And you know you're in a great situation, because unfortunately some women are in these same situations and the men are broke.
Right. Like, why are you staying for this?
What are you doing, Ashley? Ashley, get out of there. Because Lord knows if somebody say wash the dishes to Dottie Rondo.
Yeah, y'all are not even married.
You're not even married. This guy 7 years. You've been with
this.
He's
pulling out a gun. Listen, let a man pull a gun on me. You better shoot me, because I am going off. Like, I could not even imagine that. But I can imagine being scared when somebody is acting erratic like that out of nowhere, and he has a gun and your children.
Oh, and that's another thing.
That is traumatizing.
And that's another thing, Dottie Rondo. Whatever state you're in, they're going to take your gun away from you, or whatever guns you own.
He must be in Ohio, right?
I don't know. Where does Dottie Rondo live?
Because he's in the Cleveland Cavaliers.
So that doesn't mean he's with Cleveland. See where he lives. And then Dottie Rondo.
Oh, you don't live in L.A.? Let me see.
Dottie Rondo, they're going to take your guns away from you for a period of time. That's done. You just can't act like this. And as a gun owner, you got to be responsible. But there are laws that protect people. There's laws that protect people that other people have guns. So they're going to take your firearm license away. They're going to take all that away from you.
It says he's from Louisville, Kentucky, but is that where he lives?
Okay, I don't know.
It says he got a house.
All right, wherever you live, bro.
I don't think that's something you can just easily Google.
Wherever you live, you're a stupid. Before we move on, see.
Before we move
on, you're a stupid man.
Wow. For real.
You're very stupid, and you're very emotional.
Is he known as like a violent player?
And he's a very smart, he's such a smart player. He's like one of those players, Senny, that could be a coach.
Okay.
Because most point guards, I think Princess could back me up, and some of these sports guys, mostly the point guard, usually becomes a coach.
Okay.
Because they're running the team.
Yeah. They're the ones
the head
that
coach
shoot.
give the plays to the point guard. Point guard runs the system. Or you got superstars like LeBron, he runs everything, but he's not. I would be shocked if LeBron James be a coach in the NBA. The guy's worth $1 billion.
Right.
But most Princess, back me up on this. Most NBA coaches are point guards or players that really wasn't good enough to play on the team. Okay. Or they sat on the bench.
What does the point guard do?
The point guard, that's a good question. So the point guard, they're like the quarterback. You know, like in football, you got the quarterback, like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So the point guard, Princess, help me out here. The point guard, and I used to play basketball. The point guard dribbles the ball. The point guard most likely is the best ball handler on the court for your team.
So they get everything started
Right.
off.
So and then the point guard passes the ball to the players so they can score, which is called an assist. So the point guard is that guy. He's the quarterback. He gets the ball up court. He's a great dribbler. He could see the whole court. He kind of runs the play. You know, sometimes you see a basketball player dribble the ball back, and they got their hand up like they're going number one.
They're like this.
Yeah, they doing all that. That's what Rondo was without the gun. Without the gun, you thotty, bitch-ass neighbor. Sorry, Mom. My mother's listening to this.
Hey, Mama Harvey.
Oh, God bless you, Mom. You're so thotty, and you call your daughter the thought and the P word? What is wrong with you? Yep. Order of protection, 6 months to a year.
I like how Prentice said that. He said he brings the ball up and distributes the ball.
See, Princess sound like...
Not distributes
Yeah, you know what? Princess sound like Marv Albert. You know who Marv Albert is, CJ?
Absolutely not. You know I don't know who the hell that is.
See, Marv Albert was a legendary...
Like sportscaster?
A legendary sportscaster.
Shawn Harvey.
I think Marv Albert retired. See, look at Marv Albert. This guy, he got caught in a scandal too back in the day. I'll tell you about that.
Can't wait to see
Everybody, Jacob Holmes on the phone. Let's clap for him.
I had to call. I'm on my way out, but I had to call because I'm listening to your story. Before, Shawn, you jumped to conclusion, and everybody else that's listening, one thing, because I've been through a lot of stuff that women say that's not true. All right, so let's listen to both sides of the story before we jump to conclusion, because that's what happened. Because one person say something, and everybody say, "Oh, he did it," and then 6 months later, when you find out the truth, maybe he's down his career. He's not making as much money he did 10 years ago when she met him. Now she wants to get out of it and found another boo. So she's making up some shit. Maybe she did something. Maybe she pulled a gun on him. We don't know but one side. So for you jump conclusions on everything, you should listen to both sides. Because Shawn, I can say what you did to me, and I could be a lie. I can say that me and you are lovers. Because me and you used to spend a lot of time together, and who's gonna believe it? They don't believe me, or they don't hear your side of the story first.
No.
Say that we was only loving part-time.
A lot of revelations going on right here, Jacob.
Well, it's nothing. I mean, he's going to the extreme with it. It was fine. But you know what? He does have a point, Senny.
But we did say that, Jacob.
There
We
might be
said
another point to this.
we said
You jumped on her side. You
No, I
jumped
did-
straight to her side.
I said it seems like there's more to this story because it did go from 0 to 100 real quick. So I do.
She could be lying.
Senny.
She might want a divorce.
Senny, hold on. Senny, hold on. Let me handle this. Senny, quiet for a minute. Quiet. Hold on. Jacob, quiet. Quiet. Even if that was the case, Rondo should have reported her pulling out a gun back in the day.
Well, we don't
It's
know.
nothing wrong with men. There are men out there that get assaulted by women. We could ask W.M. Dixon. If she was whooping his ass, he had every right to go to the police and file charges. So even if she did that, even if she did that, we didn't know. But what we know, Senny, what do we know? He lost his mind.
No, we only know what she said. We don't know his side of the story yet. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. Maybe she exaggerated. I know what happened because I've been in the courtroom. I've been in criminal courtrooms. I know people lie.
Well,
Make themselves look better.
well, Jacob.
Shawn, I know in your past, women used to say they was with you, and they wasn't.
Not you trying to bring Shawn into it. But Jacob, there were people there. That his parents showed up.
Right.
His
We
kids.
don't know what the parents say. We didn't hear one word from the parents. We haven't heard one
Let him
word
finish,
from the
Senny.
kids.
You want to see a statement from the kids?
How would the kids say something? The daughter's traumatized because she's been called a thought.
And then what?
We don't know that. We don't know if they're black. They've been through all this shit already. You know what I mean? But she's trying to get paid. She's looking for a divorce because his career's downhill now.
They're not.
You know what, Sean? Let me make an example.
Okay.
Jake Holmes was working for my brother Larry Holmes. I had all types of women. Now that I only work for Larry Holmes and I don't make I'm an Uber driver, I very seldom get a good woman.
You back to regular life, Jacob?
I had back in the day, I don't mess with no more because I don't have that big bucks.
But Jacob, they are not married. This is just his girlfriend. So by her.
Right, it's not girlfriend, but she got kids by him, so that's a paycheck.
Yeah, but she's still gonna get that whether she's with him or not.
Oh, this is
but she was planning on getting it.
What type
His
of
girlfriend,
show is
she might be lying. We don't know. Maybe she's looking for bigger money.
What money does she get from lying about her children's father, embarrassing her kids? She doesn't gain anything from doing this.
Well, we can't know what's in the person's mind. We have no clue what's in the person's mind. I can't imagine, Cindy, that you don't have a line of men outside the door waiting on you.
I do. let me go then. Hold on.
Yes, you are. But some people's lives, they say no. They're not doing it. So we don't know what's in people's minds. We don't know what's her objective.
You know what, sir? It's very refreshing. It's very refreshing because he definitely has a whole nother perspective on this.
He sure do.
And I'm not even mad at him for that. I think it's wrong, but he has his right to what his opinion of this. And he says he's been in the court system, and you don't know what she's put him through, and we don't know. But I'm just saying, Senny, we are going off of what we see and what we know that is factual.
But can you get a PFA?
No, we don't know if it's fact. We just know what she said.
But can you get a
Until we
PFA?
find out.
But
then it might have happened just the way you read it. But let's find out both sides of the story because there's always two sides to every story. It's actually three sides. It's the truth, right? And what I believe and what you believe and the truth.
But can you get a PFA just off of accusations?
No.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Something got to go down. The police got to be there, Senny.
So
That's
that's
like
what
a
I'm saying.
charge.
Like if the police showed up, it didn't say it in the article that he was arrested.
Right.
But I don't think that a court would grant that for no reason.
Well, because I think, Cindy, me and Sean can get together and say that you punched me in the mouth.
Oh my God.
All right. Well,
Jacob.
these people are in cahoots.
Jacob. Senny,
And I'm
to
gonna pay
get.
Sean later on in the night some of that money for saying that.
Let's clap for Jacob. He's freaking hilarious.
Sean, I love you.
Love you too, bro.
Cindy, I love you too. I don't
Love
wanna
you
be
too,
in line.
Jacob.
All
I
right.
got a trip coming up, Aruba.
Oh, sounds exciting.
You know how Jacob
I'm looking
is.
for a new guest.
Ladies, if you're single or even if you're in a relationship, Jacob will take you to the Caribbean, and he want to smash.
Aruba.
Aruba.
Aruba this time.
Okay.
Aruba.
All right, there you go. If ladies, again, we've been saying this for years. If you want a vacation, you're gonna have to give up the vagina. Jacob will take you down there, and you have to give up vagina, and he will take you on a trip. He will pay for it, and if you don't have a passport, he will pay for that as well. But you have to give up the vagina. Okay, we gotta go.
I just came from Mexico. Just remember that.
Sure.
And Jamaica.
That's
Whoa.
right. So
Take a test.
ladies in the chat room, if you're new to the show, this is Jacob Holmes. He will take you away. And this is facts. He will take you away. You have to smash. You have to smash. You have to smash.
I thought before, Jacob, you
Nah.
were saying that this was all about companionship.
No.
Now that's out the window.
It was always about the smash. We was just trying to clean it up.
Always.
Ah.
If you're new to the show and if you're single or married, it doesn't really matter to him. He'll take you away to the Caribbean and or wherever he's going, and the Galapagos, Aruba. And if you want to go, he's paying for everything. You have to smash him though, okay? And if you don't smash him, he will take you right to the airport, and your punk ass got to leave.
Wow.
All right, we gotta go.
Once already.
And he did that. He did that already. All right, we gotta go. God bless you.
Hey, nice talking to you, Sean. Love you. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
He keeps calling you Cindy, but that's funny.
Senny
Yeah, I
Cindy.
believe, and somebody call in, please. That's a good question, Cindy, before we move on to the next story. Because we got to get out of here soon.
Yeah.
Put a number 1 chat room if you're enjoying the show. Put a number 2 if you're not. I believe to have this protection from abuse order. What is it called? P what?
PFA
I think
or OOP.
Right.
I've heard order
I
of
think the
protection.
police got to be involved. I think there's got to be a police report.
I don't think you can just.
I don't think you could just walk in courtroom and say that. I think that you have to involve the police, and then you get this order. And in this case, if I was the judge, and you know how I feel about situations like this, for the gun wielding thing, how many kids? 2 kids, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you 2 years, 1 year per kid. You're not seeing them. You're done. Your gun permit, I'm taking that away for 5 years, not 10. 10. Cleveland Cavaliers and that opt-in contract and all that, you're done. There's no professional basketball player, no professional. You're not getting no check from the NBA. You're finished.
Yeah, I really want to see how the NBA is going to respond
Child
to this.
support. I'm gonna. Your girlfriend don't even have to file for it. You're paying child support. You're paying that immediately. Oh, she can't even divorce him. Jesus Christ, he's worth $35 million, and they're not even married.
Exactly. Her only hope is the
Man,
children.
the child support.
But that could be substantial.
Okay, yeah, that could be.
It'll be enough.
It'll be enough. And get out of there.
For her to get out.
What else you got, Sydney?
And
And
do
get your ass out of there. Ashley Bachelor.
Yeah. Girl.
Get out of there.
Get out of there.
Get out of that mess.
Yes. Okay, so on to my next story that I have
You're
for
the
you guys.
thought, bro. Shawn Harvey, I'm here. I'm in Bethlehem, my friend. You're what's his name?
Rajon Rondo.
Rajon Rondo, you're very thotty.
Wow.
Thank you.
The U.S. is allowing more baby formula imports in to fight this shortage. Under fire from parents and politicians, President Joe Biden has announced steps yesterday to ease the nationwide shortage of baby formula, including reopening the largest domestic manufacturing plant and increasing imports from overseas. The FDA said it was streamlining its review process to make it easier for foreign manufacturers to begin shipping more formula into the U.S. I guess seemingly more people were ordering from overseas to have it come through here, but it was taking a little bit. The FDA expects that the measures and steps it's taking with infant formula manufacturers and others will mean more and more supply is on the way or on shelves coming forward. U.S. said that they will prioritize companies that can provide the largest shipments and quickly show documentation that their formulas are safe and compatible with U.S. nutrition standards. Neither step will have, the plant that has been closed since February due to contamination issues says the company must overhaul its safety protocols and procedures before resuming production. The shortage stems from the February recall by Abbott Manufacturing that exacerbated ongoing supply chain disruptions among formula makers, leaving fewer options on store shelves across much of the country. Abbott's voluntary recall was triggered by 4 illnesses reported in babies who had consumed powdered formula from its plant. All 4 infants were hospitalized with a rare type of bacterial infection, and 2 unfortunately died. After a 6-week inspection, FDA investigators published a list of problems, including lax safety and sanitary standards and a history of bacterial contamination in several parts of the plant. In the agreement reached on Monday, Abbott must regularly consult with an outside safety expert to restart and maintain production. Abbott has emphasized that its products have not been directly linked to the bacterial infections in children. Samples of the bacteria found at its plant did not match the strains collected from 2 babies by federal investigators. However, FDA officials pushed back on that, saying that their first time publicly addressing the company's argument, they noted that they were unable to collect bacterial strains from 2 of the 4 patients, limiting their chances of finding the match. So this is still a mess. It's still going to take a minute. Supposedly, this Abbott company is saying that, you know, what's out in stores, that stores still have 80% of their formula. So they're saying that the stores have the formula. They've just been rationing it. But there should be enough for everybody. And hopefully by the end of the summer, it will be back to regular production. But at the end of the day, it seems like y'all had a problem in your plant and the government shut you down. And now, instead of you properly doing the things that you need to do to make sure that all of this is up to code, you just said, I'm just going to stop making formula, so that now the administration is forced to let you re-back open under some, you know, emergency thing because people need formula. And everybody's talking about formula shortage. So, and to me, listen, I'm thankful that I was able to breastfeed my children until I was able to start incorporating, you know, cereals and fruits and other things for them to get their nutrients into their food. But formula, if I would still be weary. We already know they're putting crap in our food, and now you're telling me that this plant, because mind you, these manufacturing plants, they don't just make one thing. They make other things in those plants when they're not running formula. So all those little tubes and all those things that you see on these videos and everything when they show how it's made, who's cleaning these little tubes? Who's cleaning these faucets every time and making sure that everything is sterile before they start producing another type of thing? You know what I mean? It's too much little loopholes, and now you're rushing everything through to start producing again. If I was a new mom, I would do everything in my power to not be using formula. Period. I don't know.
Senny, God bless you. First of all, back to Rondo. B Love.
To Rondo.
B Love. No ball money. I know you're joking, but no ball money. Because if anybody even if you had a regular job and you did this, you're not coming back to you're getting fired from the job too. Now, no ball money, you'd lose your job. You lose everything. Senny J, I hear you because you're coming from an organic perspective.
Everything organic.
But evidently, not a lot of people think that way. Because there's a panic out here on manufactured baby formula. So evidently, there's a large consensus of Americans that use this product. The problem is, which we're knowing now, that all the baby food that's sold in milk and formula that's sold in the supermarkets where we can purchase is only made in one or two factories in this country. With about 7 different companies, there's only about a few companies that make the baby formula anyway. So obviously, there's only 2 or 3 companies that have a corner market on formula that's coming from 1 or 2 plants in this whole entire country. Now, they said it was contaminated, but so you got to fix these things to get up and running if you know that there's only 2 locations, and then you completely shut it down. The problem is it takes 2 weeks for them to clean this place to even get it up and running again, and a month later for these for the formula to hit the shelves. Wow. First of all, a bunch of people need to be fired.
But also, Shawn,
a bunch of people need to be fired, and then on top of that, now you're pressuring the supermarket chains who are trying their best to keep this off the shelf, because you know what's going to happen in this country or wherever. They're going to put the product on the shelves and somebody's just going to buy it all. So they have to regulate it. Organically, ladies out there breastfeeding, God bless you. But obviously there are folks that are using the formula. And they need it.
There are, but I also think that is another thing to point out that nobody's talking about, is that when I was pregnant, my mom, she stressed to me the importance of breastfeeding, that it's something that you should do. But I don't think that it's something that is really talked about or something that is really promoted for women to do. It is painful in the first beginning weeks. I mean, so I do agree that I think that is a big deterrent for new moms because they're like, F this. I don't want to do this.
Cindy,
I'm just going to go.
But Cindy, everybody has choices.
No, they do. But I think that sometimes when you give education, that people can know the resource. Like there's some people that don't even know that there's milk banks. You can buy.
They know now.
You can buy milk from other moms who are lactating and still lactate and give that to your babies. A lot of people are saying, oh, well, some babies can't latch on. Okay, but you can still pump.
You're coming from a whole different perspective.
No, but what I'm saying
is there are women out there that don't want to do this.
But,
you just said it. And
but
you don't
a lot
think
of them, you can have alternatives, though, if you don't personally want to do it.
But why are you saying that it's not being promoted?
Because it's
breast
not.
Breast milk is being promoted. I know about breast milk, and I'm not dilating or whatever you call it.
Yeah, but Shawn, okay, yes, you know that women can produce milk, but I'm talking about different alternatives, how it makes you feel, what to expect when you're doing it. Like, I'm just saying, me as a woman, I don't hear a lot of people talking. Like, for God's sakes, they don't even want women breastfeeding in public. That's an uproar because people don't want to see it. Or people people are sexualizing breasts. That's nasty. Have your baby sucking on your breast. What about men that are around? Like, what are we really talking about?
Well, there's a point there.
So that's not a point because you are sexualizing what I'm supposed to use to feed my baby.
Let a woman pull out a titty on me with a baby.
That's what I'm saying. That's not education. They don't even want women having abortions. They want women to just, I don't know what it is, but women are always in a conundrum. And I feel like something like breastfeeding, it's not promoted enough. That's why enough people don't do it.
Cindy.
And then people just want to throw out these anecdotal things that I don't think a lot of women are suffering from not being able to have their kids latch on, or I think it's just something to say.
Well, Cindy didn't run out there and pull out a breast and feed these kids.
Do we have statistics on this?
I was going to ask you just now. Could you see? Could you Google what the percentage of women
we'd have to have studies on how many women actually tried breastfeeding. And sometimes babies are not latching on because of position. Have you tried different positions to get your child to lactate? Sometimes women don't know. They say, I don't produce enough milk. Did you try pumping every hour on the hour to increase milk production? I'm not saying that these women are not doing these things, but I'm saying that sometimes a lot of people, when one thing fails, they just give up.
Cindy, I've never had any problems with a position when it was time to suck on the breast. My question to you is this.
And if you
want to go out there and fight the fight. But the same thing.
I just want to promote education. If you can't breastfeed, did you know about human milk for human babies? Did you know that there's a company that?
But Cindy, what about women who just wanted the formula? You're promoting this, and I get it, and I hear you, and hooray for the fight. But Cindy, there are women that just want the formula. They don't want to deal with this for all the various reasons that you talked about. The point is, they got to get this thing up and running anyway, because some women don't want to breastfeed. And my question to you was, can you research how many women in this country, who breastfeeds? Is it 20% of women that breastfeed? Is it 50%? Women in the chat room, put a number 1 if you breastfeed, put a number 2 if you didn't. What's the answer to that? Because evidently
I don't think they care. Because it all comes back to capitalism. It all comes back to they'd rather everybody. I think there's more women that use formula than there are women that breastfeed.
But Cindy, you make it seem like it's a bad thing.
And that can't be because all these women's breasts is broke.
Now, Cindy,
and if you're not producing enough milk, is it your diet? Are you eating milk-producing foods? Like, no. And you know what the answer to that is? No. Because women
I didn't ask you a question.
But I will answer it for you.
What was the question?
Women,
you didn't even give me the
It says a lot of women.
Hold on, Cindy. What was I going to ask you, Cindy?
You were going to ask me to look up the statistics on which women, how are they lactating.
I was going to say you're making women who just want regular milk feel bad about just doing the formula. That's what I'm hearing from you.
And you know what? They should feel bad because your government.
They got a choice.
The people. Yes, they have a choice. All right, can you let me answer the question? You're making me yell. You're not letting me finish.
No, I'm gonna let you finish. But Cindy, you making it feel really. You making women that are saying formula make them feel really bad right now.
What
and
I'm
you're saying
making
they should.
what
I'm not gonna say nothing.
What I'm saying, what I'm making women realize is, or people realize, people who breastfeed, right? Being politically correct. This and I say the same thing with the food. This government, these people are not for you. This is why, if you want to continue to feed your children these things and do this because or for whatever reason is in your life that you can't do it, keep relying on these systems. And this is what you get. Unfortunately, 2 babies died, and the company is not even taking responsibility. They said that report has nothing to do with them because those strains were not the strains that were found in their facility. So are they even really going to take this seriously to even clean their facility? Because they don't even think that they're the problem.
Wow, Senny.
So what you need to do as a woman is take all this information into consideration and of course, move about how you like. There are some people who don't want to cook and eat McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Go ahead.
Senny,
do what you want. But
Senny,
what I'm promoting
is
saying? Education.
Oh, no, you're not.
And
you're promoting breastfeeding all the way
down the road. I'm promoting
and
education.
You don't give a damn about the women.
I believe everybody should be talking about breastfeeding.
Who go into the supermarket with their own free will and choice and to purchase the formula. And it saddens me.
Go ahead.
It saddens
me.
Go ahead
and get the bacterial infection contaminated formula. Go run and get it. Go get your Alimentum, your Similac, your Enfamil. Go get all of that. Go get it. Go get it. Run. Don't walk. Go grab all of it that you can get and give it to your kid. You know what? The formula that they sell in the U.S., they won't even accept it in other countries. They won't even accept it.
I knew it. She took the bait. I knew it.
What are you saying? Go.
Exactly.
Go do that.
You see where she's
just
at
like
with this.
Just like the people that want to run to McDonald's and run to fast food. Go do that.
I knew it.
That's what you want to do because you want to have a choice. You want to have a choice, then go do that.
Senny.
See what your choices get you.
If you was in the supermarket and you saw a young lady purchasing formula from the locked cage or whatever, and they get the formula
from the locked cage.
Yeah, they do. They keep the formula.
They do.
Yeah, some stores.
I wouldn't know. I've never been down a formula aisle.
Okay, well,
I wouldn't know.
So if you
saw and listen, my choice to breastfeed because I was 21. My only choice to breastfeed was clearly financial. And I said, and the nurse was like, "Oh, are you comfortable breastfeeding?" I was like, "Show me how to do this because I don't plan on buying formula." Them prices, $35 a can and all of this, and cans running out in 2-3 days. You don't know how much your baby gonna eat. I don't got money for that, ma'am. Make these breasts do what they do because I don't got the money. It was not coming from an organic place or being wholeful. It was clearly financial.
So Senny, if you saw a woman, right, you going straight to judgmental zone if you saw a woman in the supermarket.
No. I don't judge any woman.
Excuse me.
I don't judge them.
Excuse me, because the way you barking right now,
I don't judge
your
them.
bark right now is very judgmental right now.
My kids is grown, so it don't matter.
If I believe, I'm not gonna bet my life on it, but if I believe if you was in the supermarket, and you saw a woman get 2 cans of Enfamil, you looking at her side eye. That's what I'm getting from you.
Oh, Shawn, I had 2 kids, no epidural too. Whoa, what is that?
Well, you gangster. You gangster like that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a problem with women. It's a
matter.
problem with women getting the epidural shot to have a child too?
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, wow,
something that lowers your whole half of your body, but you can't dye your hair. I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't know. I don't know how that makes sense. I don't know how that makes sense. It just didn't make sense for me.
All right.
You're telling me while I'm pregnant, I can't dye my hair because of the chemicals for the baby, but you're going to inject my spine so that I can't feel the whole lower half of my body and that's not affecting my baby?
Okay.
Period. The math ain't mathing for me.
Okay.
So no.
Well, Senny, guess what? We're gonna leave you with the last word, guys. If you enjoyed the show this morning, put a #1 chat room. We'll see you guys tomorrow, God willing. And let's clap. You can cash app S Harvey Morning Show. God bless. We are out of here.
Get your formula. I'm gonna invest in some Similac stock. It's about to go up. Enfamil.